Friends, welcome back to Male Nurse Mentor. Today I got a video. It's gonna be different. It's informal. You see me wearing a beanie. Every time I wear this beanie, this is gonna be an informal video. I feel like I've been teaching you guys some stuff, a lot of just shoving down information. I wanted to do a playful video today. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Let's get in a good mood today. I'm here with my bubbas. I got some black coffee. I got a lot of time today. I'm gonna make a video where I'm going through Reddit. And today in particular, you saw the title, male nurse stereotypes. We're just gonna go down a thread. I found one, it has a lot of action. I don't know what I'm in for, but we're gonna find out together, you and I. I'm gonna try to scroll through though. I'm gonna try to keep it on YouTube and scroll through. I may have to blur out whether it's something I say or maybe something on the screen, but I don't know the end result of this, but we're gonna live with the consequence of this. It's Reddit, right? If you know Reddit, it's just Reddit. All right, so let's begin here. I'm gonna try to do like 10 minutes of it. It's a long thread. I don't know how far we'll get into it, but let's have some fun here. So as you guys can see here, this thread is called Stereotypes Surrounding Male Nurses. I'm a little worried of these responses. I didn't really go through any of these responses other than like the first two, so I don't know what I'm in for either. But right off the bat, let's see. I think the only difference at work you should find is that we often get mistaken as the doctor in older patients, and I always ask younger female patients if they are comfortable with me doing a head to toe. Honestly, pretty solid advice, right? Ask the female patients, be aware, be cognizant that as a male, you may make them feel uncomfortable if you have to do a head to toe. But the funny thing is as a male nurse, like you're gonna get mistaken for a doctor sometimes. Hey doc, and you're like, I'm actually a nurse. So that's actually pretty funny. It does happen. What's this next one? My favorite thing to do is to take over teenage patients who are being inappropriate with the young nurses. Nothing shuts them down quicker than the bald bearded guy coming in and saying, I hear you need help using that urinal, bud. It's amazing how quick they can figure it out on their own. Oh man, that was interesting. That is Reddit right there. Male CNA, I do this too. I find it hilarious how quickly the pervs can suddenly do things on their own. Hey, you need help with that urinal? I heard you need help with that urinal. And this guy, of course you're gonna have these very straightforward people on Reddit. Nobody cares, period. Male nurse. And then right under that, seriously, 99% of the time, no one cares, period. Ding, 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 do your job well and don't be a creep. That isn't male nurse advice, by the way. That's just life advice. Oh, this is good. This is good. That is life advice, friends. Just don't be a creep, That's that simple, right? That simple. Doesn't matter what it is you do. Can't really go against that. Most people don't care that I'm a nurse, but it was a slight insecurity in nursing school. Masculinity comes in many different forms. If being empathetic makes me seem gay to someone, then they're likely the insecure one. Hey, and I get it, right? Sexual orientation really has nothing to do with your career choice. Nothing to do with it at all, right? But I know when I was younger and I was thinking about the nursing field in general, it's a very normal thought to have, right? How you're going to be perceived. I totally get that. But understand, the work has to come from your own personal masculinity. It has to come from yourself, right? If you're not feeling secure about yourself, you're gonna project that outwardly. So be comfortable in your own skin, be comfortable with yourself, be comfortable with your own level of masculinity. Good comment. All I have to say about being male in nursing is that we definitely have it easier. People generally treat you well. Generally, you stay out of or are unaware of any drama, and you're well received, well liked by your coworkers. Don't take yourself too seriously, and generally don't be hypersensitive, hyper aware of your gender, and you'll be fine. I guess that advice could apply in most settings of life. You gotta be secure with yourself. Hey, so it's a work in progress, right? For all of us, it comes. Let's see what this one says. I've had older male patients be spiteful to the female nurses and not take their meds, and then when I walk in, they take them no problems. It's bizarre. It is bizarre. But I think there's some men, unfortunately, that they just feel more comfortable around other men. They don't want to be told what to do by a woman, right? They're projecting now. They have their own level of insecurity, right? Dude, just do your job, period. Reddit. There you go. I'm not gonna read that one. Be careful. I've talked about this before when I made a video on dating in nursing school, dating as a male nurse. I've made a video, go check it out. Be careful. You better start working out. If you don't, you will be called to all patient transfers and turns. That is very true. That is true, right? As a male nurse, It's the same thing of like carrying all the groceries and doing stuff like that and just normal day to day, right? Helping lift things. You are a human crane lift. They're gonna be calling upon you to help move patients. Crane lift. It comes with the territory. That's a pretty good solid stereotype. I've been a nurse for 31 years. This is 2024. The biggest stereotype I see is that your middle name is lifting help. I'm a guy who has been a nurse for almost 8 years. I've come to the conclusion that most people don't care that much about it. If anything, I think about it more than it is anyone else does. More than it is anyone else does, if that makes sense. Buddy, I don't know if that made sense, but I think it did. Did that make sense to you? As a male nurse, I literally could not give less of a shit. Miss me with the drama. I probably had to blur that out. Miss me with the drama, bro. New grad here, I can't express to you how not big of a deal it is. I forget that I'm a guy all the time, if that makes sense. Honestly, that's kind of just how it goes. The funny thing is I work in a prison, right? You would think it's mainly male nurses. It's actually still mainly female nurses in an all male prison. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, I also don't think about it. But it was mainly when I was a nursing student. That is when I think I most thought about it. When I entered the working profession, I just thought less and less about it. I'm just working around colleagues. It doesn't matter if they're male, female, they're just my colleagues. I'm just working here, just doing my job. I love male nurses. I'm an ICU nurse and we have a lot of guys in our unit now. It broadens the culture and breaks down some of the cattiness of the normal hen house. I agree with a lot of other comments, but I want to head a warning to you. What's the warning? Let's see. If you have a young female patient, you have to do something kind of invasive with Foley's, etc. Be extra professional, explain everything you're doing, but if you can, I would grab a female colleague if able, facts, and offer to pass her meds on a patient of hers or something. I saw some amazing nurses almost go down for false SA. You know what SA is? Claims, and one in particular I was present for, and nothing happened the way she said it. Man, that is scary, right? Whew. Luckily, I was there and was able to back my male coworker up, especially if they have a history of SA or PTSD from SA. And trust me, a lot of guys can have that out there, right? So it's a trigger point, right? We'll just say that. Just don't get yourself in a pickle. But honestly, jokes aside, that is a very solid comment and advice from somebody here. You know, as a young male and having female patients, just be aware of the patient that you're caring for. Do something like this, right? Get a female colleague to do that Foley for you as you do a favor for her as well, right? Pass out her meds or something. Do a swap like that. You guys just help each other out, but also just be aware. You know, as a male nurse, be aware of your female patient. Ask, right? Yeah, that one's a touchy one. All right, let's keep going though. Let's keep going. Let's sign the mood again. Also, a 27 male and go to the gym a lot in my free time. I don't know what that means, but this guy just wants to say he goes to the gym a lot. It's all good. I'm always the one that gets the literal heavy patients. All right, so this guy looks like he works out. Or I always get asked to help turn patients or get them out of bed to the toilet. Man, this guy's a human crane lift that I just talked about. As well as like 60 to 70% of patients automatically assume you're our doctor. My husband's a nurse. I'm also a nurse, and we've talked about this a lot. Let me get a sip of coffee. My husband is a nurse too, so straight, work with gay men, gay women, straight, bi, etc. Grateful to live in a place where people feel comfortable being open in their sexual preferences. Most importantly, nobody cares and doesn't impact nursing care. Facts. It doesn't matter what your sexual orientation is. Be respectful of everybody. It doesn't matter, right? Everybody, we're all human. We all bring something of value to the team in the healthcare field. Allow everybody in. Come on. I like that. A little round the way. My husband is a nurse and he has never had anyone make any assumptions about who he is as a person based on his possession of a Y chromosome. Reddit is savage, man. Reddit. That my back somehow can tolerate a 350 pound patient without problems more than a female nurse. As far as my colleagues go, I've never been discriminated for being male and only been appreciated. Particularly in the ER, male nurses are very appreciated. Definitely. I've noticed that too, just from my rotations. This other male nurse on my unit was talking about how he feels ignored by a lot of staff and doesn't have any friends at work. I respect of this man as a nurse and a person. I would love to be this homie's friend, to be honest. been trying to hang out or do something outside of work without being pushy or whatever. Hey, this guy's trying to get a friend, man. Make your friend. All right, friends, I can go on and on. This is just a little bit of this new style video. Hope you guys were able to enjoy it. I had fun with it. I don't know what the outcome will be in terms of this video on the algorithm or YouTube itself, but if this is a video you enjoyed, I would enjoy making more of these, sprinkle them in. See you guys next week. If you guys have any actual or real nurse questions, you're looking for someone to bounce ideas off of, you know where to find me. You can comment down below, I'll comment back to you. Or you can find me on Instagram in the DMs. Send me a question, send me a message. See you guys on the next one. As always, take care.